So if you guys don't know who DSP is, aka Darkside Phil, okay, so we're going to talk about the lolcow totem pole here. First up is Christian, the first internet lolcow. You know, dozens of stuff have been made about this person. And then the next tier below is Wings of Redemption and DSP. And while they haven't done as deplorable stuff as Christian has done, they arguably have more funny moments because a lot of their lolcow behavior revolves around gaming, and it's just fantastic. Just to give you guys a brief history, DSP at one point, believe it or not, was bigger than PewDiePie in the gaming scene. He was around during the time before direct capture. So for those of you guys who don't know, direct capture is basically anyone who opens up OBS or anyone who has an Elgato capture card to record their games. You know, you get direct source, clear picture, clear audio, etc., etc. Well, DSP was gaming back in the days of you stuck a camera in front of your TV and you hoped for the best. I kid you not. That's how this dude got big, was because he was doing YouTube around like 2008, 2009. He was early on. That's why he got so many views. But as time moved on, he progressively refused to innovate along with the industry to the point where he's at now. He switched on to a more streaming format, I want to say around like 2014, 2015, although I could be very wrong on the dates. I am not a DSP archivist. I have watched stuff like the hour-long expose done by It's a Gundam, which is a great watch. The point being, DSP has been around for a long time. He's done a lot of oopsies. He's been trolled many of times, and so a podcast decided to interview him, and this was a miracle because if you don't know, DSP is infamous for refusing to do interviews. Like, he does interviews once out of the blue. Like, it's very rare for him to do this kind of stuff. Anyway,
your WWE account was or is ever again, because people will say he just photoshopped it, he just made it up. You're never going to be able to prove that
anyway.
You had one opportunity to do it right away with these guys, and that was it. And you didn't take advantage of it, because I personally, watching it, and so did the audience, thought that you were lying. And if you are lying, if it is true and you're not being honest, if I were you, this is the best advice I could give you, right? Is just be like, look, this was my account. This is that. I would ask for a clean slate, and I would do things different, because this restarting level one over and over and over again is the root of all your problems, if that makes any sense.
I appreciate the input. It's not true, so I'm not going to do that. But I appreciate the input. If it were true, I would fess up to it.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Just feel from your perspective, because there's always two perspectives on everything, right?
Holy shit, Phil. I gotta say, this is fucking rich coming from you right now, though.
Yeah,
you're getting your information from the detractors that Keem has, and that's where you're basing this on. When this whole episode, you have been talking about how much shit your detractors have made other people think about you. Like, do you hear yourself right now?
Indeed, I do. That's the nature of the beast. That's how YouTube works, man. That's how all this works, right?
Fuck, man.
You're right.
During the podcast, he was doing a lot of how do I do that? How should I word this? Walking back a lot of stuff. Like he bring up one point, the co-host of the podcast would challenge him. He walk it back. It was incredible. Eventually, Keemstar calls into this podcast and he's like, "Yo, bro, why did you not accept the money I was offering you for the podcast?" If you guys don't remember, Keemstar proposed that DSP, Wings of Redemption, and I want to say a third person, Boogie2988, he proposed that they all do a podcast, that he get contracts for them, and apparently Wings of Redemption and Boogie were down for it. The only person who wasn't down was DSP, and that was because he made it extremely difficult for Keemstar to contact him. Keep in mind, this is a dude who constantly begs for money. So the fact that he didn't accept an easy, I want to say what was like $50K that Keemstar was offering him, like hypothetically, right? Let's say the podcast only lasts like 1, 2, maybe 3 3 episodes, right? That's still $50K for doing basically nothing. He was gonna get that money no matter what, and he still refused it. He's hungry for money, but he's not smart about it, folks. He really isn't. But yeah, it's 5 hours long. I had a hard time getting through it myself because DSP makes the whole thing so frustrating. But if you're an enthusiast of DSP, I highly recommend you watch the interview. And if you want to learn more about DSP as well, watch It's a Gundam's hour-long video. It's incredible. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if he's working on another video right now because of that interview. But regardless, this is Nerdy John signing out. Y'all take care. Have a good day.